The tension between Kody and Janelle Brown has been building for years, but season 20 finally brings it to a boil. What started as a disagreement about Coyote Pass and finances has now turned into one of the most emotionally charged battles in the show's history. And this time fans say it's not just about money. It's about respect, betrayal, and Kody's crumbling image. Let's rewind to how this all began, because to understand the McMansion money war, you have to go back to the roots of the Brown family's financial system. When Sister Wives first began, the Browns lived under what Kody called a shared family fund. Every wife contributed her income to one big pool that Kody controlled. He used it to pay for the houses, the land, the kids' expenses, everything. Back then, everyone trusted him. But as the years went on and the marriages broke apart, that system stopped making sense. By the time they moved to Flagstaff, Janelle was practically the only one still trying to make the dream of Coyote Pass a reality. She sold her Las Vegas house, put her savings into the land, and believed that one day she'd build her own home there. But what she didn't realize was that her dream was about to be swallowed by Kody's obsession with his own vision, the McMansion. Fans remember the moment when Kody first mentioned his one big house idea. He wanted everyone under one roof again. All the wives, all the kids, one massive building. He even drew sketches and pitched it like it was the ultimate solution to their family's problems. But Janelle was the only one who looked him straight in the eye and said no. She didn't want a McMansion. She wanted independence. And that's when everything began to crumble. When Janelle moved into the RV at Coyote Pass in season 17, it wasn't just a quirky storyline for the cameras. It was a statement. She was saying, if Kody won't build, I will. But even that move exposed how uneven the financial playing field had become. Kody was still living in a multi-million-dollar house with Robyn, while Janelle was out on a patch of dirt trying to live off the grid. That image, Kody's comfort versus Janelle's struggle, has stuck in fans' minds ever since. And then came the money fight. In season 18, Janelle finally said it out loud. She had no house, no assets, and nothing in her name. She had given everything to the family fund. Meanwhile, Kody and Robyn had a massive home, multiple vehicles, and the only steady access to family finances. Fans were stunned when Janelle told Christine that she couldn't even qualify for a construction loan because her money was tied up in family property that wasn't in her name. And when Kody brushed off her frustration, saying she should rent or buy something else, it was the moment viewers say he lost her for good. By season 20, all that unresolved tension finally exploded into what viewers now call the McMansion money war. In the latest episodes, the fight picks back up when Kody tries to act like the financial mediator for the wives, especially over the Coyote Pass sale and the leftover assets from their time together. The producers filmed a Zoom call between Kody, Janelle, and Mary, and it's pure ice. Janelle sits stiff, barely making eye contact. Kody tries to break the silence with awkward jokes, but she's not having it. She's done pretending. The conversation turns to money fast, how much each person deserves from the sale, how it should be divided, and whether Kody will handle it fairly. And that's when Janelle drops the bomb. She doesn't trust him. Not with the land, not with the money, not with anything. It's a huge moment, because for years, Janelle was the practical one, the calm one, the peacemaker. But now, she's the one calling him out for manipulating the family finances in his favor. Kody, of course, denies it all. He says he's the one doing the hard work of finding buyers, managing the paperwork, talking to lawyers. But fans online immediately caught the pattern. This is the same excuse Kody's used before, when control and money are on the line. Meanwhile, Janelle tells her friend that her lawyer said the McMansion money issue is dead. No written agreement, no legal marriage, no payout. She's accepted that she'll never see that money. But Kody tells the cameras a completely different story. He claims that he already made good with Janelle, that he gave her what she was owed, and that she told him everything was fine. Two entirely opposite narratives, and no proof either way. It's classic sister wives chaos. He said, she said, with years of resentment simmering underneath. Fans have gone into detective mode trying to figure out who's telling the truth. Janelle's side feels solid because she's never been known to exaggerate. She's level-headed and detail-oriented. Meanwhile, Kody's explanations shift constantly. One episode he says he's broke, the next he brags about financial success. And then there's Robyn, always in the background, always benefiting. The irony of it all is that the same man who pushed for one big family is now living in the only big house that family ever built. And Janelle, the woman who helped make that dream possible, was left with nothing but a camper and a handful of memories. Fans say it's poetic justice. But for Janelle, this isn't about revenge. It's about freedom. She's moved on, spending time in North Carolina with her daughter Maddie and the grandkids. She's building a life that isn't defined by Kody's control or promises. When she says she's happy now, fans believe her. Still, the ghost of the McMansion haunts every episode. The property, the money, the lies. It all points back to the same question. Was the family ever truly equal? Because at the end of the day, McMansion wasn't just a dream home. It was a symbol of Kody's ego, and Janelle refusing to buy in was the moment she truly broke free. After the McMansion fight, everything changed. What fans once saw as a chaotic family reality show has now become a full-blown expose of Kody Brown's crumbling empire. Because once Janelle walked away from that argument, something inside her shifted, and something inside Kody broke. Viewers could see it written all over his face in the season 20 confessionals. He wasn't just frustrated, he was panicking. The man who once bragged about leading a family of strong women was now visibly losing control of the very narrative he built. Remember when he said, "I'm not sure I want to be married to someone who doesn't respect me"? That line was the spark that lit the fuse, because Janelle's response, calm, quiet, but cutting, summed up everything fans had been shouting at their screens for years. Respect goes both ways, Kody. That one sentence echoed through the fandom. Reddit threads lit up overnight. TikToks dissected every frame. Fans called it the moment Janelle became the voice of reason for every woman who ever felt ignored or dismissed in that family. But what really shocked people wasn't the argument. It was what came next. When the cameras followed Kody back to Robyn's house, he started spiraling. He went on a rant about loyalty, unity, and spiritual obedience. He blamed Christine for starting the fire and accused Janelle of being contaminated by her influence. It was the kind of meltdown that left even the crew stunned. And this is where the McMansion storyline takes a darker turn, because it's no longer just about money, it's about control. For years, Kody used financial decisions as a form of leverage. Who bought land, who got a house, who had access to funds, all of it kept him in charge. But now that Janelle and Christine were both gone, his power was slipping, and Robyn was the only one still playing by his rules. Fans noticed how the producers subtly shifted the editing this season. Earlier seasons made Kody look like a struggling patriarch trying to hold a big family together. But now, the tone is different, colder, more revealing. There are long pauses in his interviews, awkward silences, and moments where he contradicts himself mid-sentence. Even casual viewers are saying it's like TLC finally stopped protecting him. One fan on Reddit wrote, "It's like the producers realized Kody's downfall is the real storyline now." And honestly, they're right. Because when Janelle calls him out for financial manipulation, the same way Christine called him out for emotional neglect, the house of cards starts to collapse. Insiders close to production claim that TLC had hours of footage from the Coyote Pass dispute that never aired, because it made Kody look combative and obsessed with appearances. But after season 18's explosive reception, producers started leaning into the real drama, the truth behind his financial decisions. It's no coincidence that in the latest episodes, Robyn's mansion becomes a silent symbol of everything wrong with the family dynamic. While Janelle was living in a trailer, Robyn had her own full-time nanny, an in-house office, and Kody's undivided attention. Fans couldn't help but point out the hypocrisy. Kody claimed the family couldn't afford to build on Coyote Pass, yet Robyn's McMansion was fully furnished and customized top to bottom. Christine once joked that Robyn's house is the real Coyote Pass, and that's exactly how fans see it. Janelle, meanwhile, was fighting just to prove she had a place in the family's financial future. But behind the scenes, the McMansion argument opened the floodgates for years of unspoken resentment. She'd watched Kody pour everything, time, money, energy, into one household, while pretending that the family was still united. According to insiders, that illusion officially shattered when Janelle tried to access the family accounts to get construction estimates. She reportedly discovered that the funds were limited, meaning Kody had already allocated most of it elsewhere. When she confronted him, he brushed it off, saying she was overreacting. That conversation, fans believe, was the real breaking point. After that, Janelle's demeanor on camera changed completely. The light-hearted, practical woman we knew for over a decade was now guarded and wary. When she said, "I don't think I even like him anymore," and it wasn't a passing comment. It was the truth spilling out after years of repression. And while Kody kept talking about family healing, fans saw the irony, because healing requires honesty. And that's the one thing Kody refused to give. Meanwhile, Robyn started breaking down in her confessionals, crying that everything's falling apart, and that she never wanted to be the last one standing. But fans didn't buy it. They said it felt performative, like she was trying to hold on to sympathy while benefiting from the fallout. The public reaction was brutal. Online forums exploded with comments like, "Robyn cries every time someone else takes accountability." Others accused her of using her tears to distract from the financial inequality at the heart of the story. But the biggest revelation of all came when Kelty, Christine and Kody's daughter, hinted on her livestream that money stuff was always weird in that house. She didn't name names, but fans immediately connected the dots. And just like that, the McMansion war wasn't just a storyline anymore. It became proof of everything fans had suspected for years, that the family's downfall wasn't caused by jealousy or fame or religion. It was caused by imbalance, financial, emotional, and spiritual. TLC knew they'd struck gold with this storyline. The McMansion dispute became the emotional core of the new season, the thread that tied every broken relationship together. Christine's independence, Mary's quiet retreat, Janelle's awakening, all of it leads back to Kody's obsession with power. The episode ends with Janelle standing on Coyote Pass, looking out at the empty land that was supposed to be her dream home. She says, "It's just dirt now, but it's mine." Fans say it's one of the most symbolic moments in Sister Wives history, because while Kody clings to a crumbling empire, Janelle is standing on the foundation of her freedom, even if it's nothing but dust and broken promises. For years, Sister Wives painted Kody and Robyn as the stable center of the family. While Christine was the rebel, Mary the outcast, and Janelle the practical one, Robyn was framed as the loyal wife who did everything right. But the deeper fans looked, the clearer it became. Robyn's version of loyalty came with perks no one else got. When Kody and Robyn bought their $900,000 Flagstaff house, viewers were stunned. How could they afford a mansion when the family was supposedly struggling to build on Coyote Pass? TLC filmed Kody insisting that it was a smart investment. But fans saw something else. They saw favoritism, and they weren't wrong. Janelle had sacrificed her Las Vegas property, putting her money into the family trust for Coyote Pass. Christine sold her home too, funding the move that Kody insisted was for the good of the family. But Robyn, she got her dream home, complete with a library, a courtyard, and her own office, all while the other wives were renting or cramming into smaller spaces. That disparity has become the defining symbol of Kody's downfall. And now in season 20, fans are finally watching the consequences play out. Janelle's financial awakening exposed what Christine had been warning everyone about, the emotional and financial imbalance that kept Robyn at the top and everyone else struggling. According to sources close to the show, producers have been quietly reframing Robyn's story. In earlier seasons, they made her the emotional voice of reason, but now they're leaning into the fan narrative, portraying her as isolated, fragile, and at times complicit. It's subtle, but it's there. The long, quiet shots of her empty living room, the scenes where she talks about missing the family, while surrounded by luxury, the confessional clips where she admits she doesn't understand why the others left, even though viewers can see exactly why. And fans aren't holding back. One viral Reddit post summed it up. Robyn's sitting in her McMansion, crying about loneliness, while Janelle's living in a trailer smiling about freedom. That's all you need to know. That line spread like wildfire across fan pages, TikToks, and YouTube. Breakdowns. Because for the first time, the emotional tables have turned. Janelle, once the quiet partner, has become the symbol of strength, while Robyn, once seen as the favorite, is now portrayed as the tragic queen of a crumbling kingdom. But what really hit viewers was the behind-the-scenes revelation that TLC producers allegedly stopped shielding Kody from criticism. In earlier seasons, editors would cut his worst outbursts, soften the tone, or add background music to make his comments sound less aggressive. But in recent episodes, fans have noticed raw, unfiltered moments, long pauses, harsh language, awkward silences that show just how far he's fallen. It's almost as if the network realized Kody's downfall is the show now, and insiders whispered that's exactly what happened. After Christine's spin-off success and the huge boost in ratings during her tell-all episodes, TLC decided to lean into authenticity. They started airing the messy reality, the contradictions, the awkward tension between Kody and Robyn that fans never saw before. Because let's be honest, even Robyn isn't happy anymore. In her latest confessionals, she admits that she and Kody are struggling and that their relationship feels off balance. But instead of sympathy, viewers saw irony. The same imbalance that broke the other marriages has now reached hers. It's poetic in a way. Kody's empire, built on control and hierarchy, is now collapsing under the weight of its own design. And if you watch closely, Robyn's starting to see it too. She tries to hold the family together by reaching out to Janelle, calling her, asking if they can talk. But the coldness in Janelle's voice says it all. That bridge burned a long time ago. Because while Robyn cries about missing the sisterhood, Janelle remembers every time her financial concerns were brushed off. Every time Kody said, "We'll figure it out," and never did. Every time she saw him rush to Robyn's side while leaving everyone else hanging. The irony couldn't be sharper. In one of the most talked about moments this season, Kody admits he wants to sell Coyote Pass, something he once called the family's forever dream. Fans immediately saw it as a betrayal, proof that his promises meant nothing once they stopped benefiting him. Janelle's response? Calm, firm, and devastating. That land was supposed to be our future. Now it's just your problem. And with that, the man who once led a family of 4 wives and 18 kids is left standing alone, surrounded by dirt, broken fences, and memories of what could have been. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. The money fight has now turned into a PR war. Sources claim Robyn and Kody are trying to reshape their image by showing more vulnerability on screen. They've started emphasizing their struggles, painting themselves as misunderstood. But fans aren't buying it. The narrative shift feels too late, too rehearsed. The audience has seen too much. The favoritism, the contradictions, the imbalance. And now even Mike Kelty and Peyton are openly discussing the dynamic between their parents on live streams. Mike Kelty tries to stay diplomatic, calling Kody a complicated man, but Peyton has no filter. He's blunt, calling the favoritism obvious and saying, "Dad made choices. Now he's living with them." That comment went viral within hours. It hit harder because it came from one of the kids, the generation that grew up watching this dysfunction play out in real time. And as more of the Brown children begin speaking up, fans say the entire Sister Wives story is evolving. It's no longer about plural marriage. It's about accountability, about women reclaiming their power after decades of control, and about the legacy Kody's left behind, one built on promises that never came true. Still, the McMansion money war remains the centerpiece, because when you strip away all the emotional chaos, it all comes back to one thing: who invested, who sacrificed, and who walked away with the spoils. Robyn may still have the mansion, but Janelle has something far more valuable: peace. And fans say that's the real win. By the time season 20 hit, the cracks weren't just showing, they'd split wide open. The McMansion that once symbolized power now stands as a monument to everything Kody Brown lost. For years, he prided himself on being the leader, the man who kept 4 wives and 18 kids under one spiritual roof. But leadership built on control can't survive when the followers start walking away, and one by one, they did. Christine left with a smile, Mary left in silence, and Janelle walked out with strength. And now even Robyn, the last wife standing, looks trapped in the cage she helped build. The McMansion fight was never just about money. It was about trust. It was about decades of wives investing everything, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, into a man who always believed he knew best. But when Janelle finally said she was done, that illusion shattered. Her quiet defiance spoke louder than any argument. Viewers watched as she looked him straight in the eye and said, "You can't control me with money anymore." That single sentence hit like a thunderclap. Fans flooded comment sections calling it the moment Janelle freed the family. And it wasn't just symbolic, it had consequences. Behind the scenes, reports suggest that Kody's finances took a serious hit after the separation. Without Janelle's income balancing the books, the costs of maintaining multiple properties, tax debts, and the McMansion's mortgage started piling up. One insider put it bluntly: for the first time, Kody's realizing Robyn's house isn't a home, it's an anchor. Meanwhile, Janelle's thriving in her independence. She's building her own business, reconnecting with her kids, and living life on her own terms. Her modest living situation, a far cry from Robyn's mansion, became a symbol of freedom. Fans say that's what makes Janelle so relatable. She doesn't need a castle to prove her worth. She's proving that peace of mind is the real luxury. And in a twist no one saw coming, even TLC seems to have taken her side. Producers are reportedly planning to focus more on the ex-wives' journeys, Christine's happiness, Janelle's independence, and even Mary's quiet rebuild, leaving Kody and Robyn's storyline in the background. Because as one network insider admitted, the audience doesn't want to watch Kody play victim. They want to watch women win. And they are winning. The empire he tried to control is gone, replaced by women who found their voices after years of silence. Now, as the camera pans over Coyote Pass, the empty lots tell their own story. The land that was once supposed to unite everyone now stands as a reminder of Kody's biggest failure: mistaking control for connection. The money, the mansions, the titles, none of it could hold a family together. Because in the end, the real wealth wasn't in the land or the homes. It was in the women who finally realized they never needed Kody's permission to build something better. So while Kody counts his losses, Janelle's already moved on, quietly, confidently, and completely free. And that, fans say, is the most satisfying ending of all. So what do you think? Is Kody finally facing the reality he created? Or will he keep blaming everyone but himself for the fallout? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Soul Sister Wives channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. The next video is waiting, and trust me, you won't believe what's coming next. Until then, stay tuned, stay curious, and keep watching. This story is far from over.